You cannot live in this country. That's probably pretty much true for a lot of places. We're so globally connected. But I don't know, I can't think of anywhere where the police department, the highway traffic, and city traffic people are on taxpayers so hard that it impacts their living, their way of life, and their livelihood. They have these quotas. They keep denying that they have, but everybody knows that they do. And they have highway patrolmen in the city instead of on the interstate. And they are trying to fill those coffers any way they can. I mean, this is not a system where people are thinking about how people are impacted, especially lower income people. Now, they're getting paid a salary. We're getting taxed to death for them to serve, to protect and serve. But everybody know they have these quotas. We have debtor prisons, and in some of the small hamlets, they're just giving out tickets and filling the jails, and the people can't pay, and it keeps rolling over, and fees getting on top of those because they can't pay to get out and stuff. So I'm coming from bringing this girl to, she's 7 months pregnant, bringing her from the doctor's office, and I'm coming down a hill. I'm not doing 60. I know I'm not doing 60. I know where I am. I'm 12 feet or more away from a highway patrolman on my left. I see him. I'm going downhill, so I'm going in an decline. So I see that it's converting to 40 miles per hour. He's trying to say I'm doing 60. I can't go from 60 to back down to where I was if I was doing 60. So I knew he was going to stop me. So he said, you know, besides, you know, I'm behind him, so I guess the radar guns could go either way and stuff. But people were in front of me that were had to be, if I was doing 60, they were doing 60, the way they zipped by him and stuff like that, and he didn't go after them. So he said, I'm going to give you a contact. I said, what's that? He said, a warning. Okay. So he put on there the speeding. I wasn't speeding, how much I was speeding, you know. And I said, like, where's the sign before the 40 mile or 45 mile per hour sign is? And I looked behind me and I didn't see one. He said, it's one back up there somewhere. So, you know, it's a little Mexican guy or Puerto Rican, I don't know. Maybe he went to the military, he just got out and stuff like that. And so he's being friendly, or he really didn't clock me. So he's trying to tell me in the driver's seat, he could see me look 12, 13 feet away. He could see me look down at my speedometer and then also see me braking. I'm going to start braking anyway because I see the speed limit sign coming up there, and I'm going downhill. I don't go downhill like a bat out of hell. So this is just a sort of like a podcast, a video to say we live in a predatory country, and it's predatory and malicious from the top down, and it's impacting the masses in a horrible way. You know, they have the Autobahn in Germany and probably some others, you know, they aren't on people like White on Rice, you know, for driving cars and speeding and stuff like that. They are trying to get you every way they can in the United States of America, KKK. They're absolutely doing it. And I'm not going to make this a black and white issue because I see a lot of white people pulled over. And when I've been in court before recently, these past few years, with these tickets, there were a lot of white people in there. A lot of old people young people, and they're just stopping. They're just hiding. They don't have anything else to do. There's probably crime going on in all kinds of places. They're laying in the cut to get tickets. And there's a black city councilman said he wanted to change the way law enforcement was being carried out in Greenville County. There was a lengthy article about it. I'm going to submit some papers to some misconduct and inappropriate trial at the State Bar Association regarding my contact with them last year. It's almost like we live in a vulture society and stuff, and there is no compassion or understanding. And I'm gonna not all blame it on Trump. It's been like that, but it's gotten worse, a whole lot worse since Trump. You know. So then he wants to ask me, where are you coming from? How is that his business? Where I'm coming from or where I'm going has nothing to do with this alleged traffic violation. What he should do is talk about the traffic violation. I have no obligation, under no oath, to say where I've been or where I'm going and what I was doing when I was there and when I get where I'm going. I don't think they train them that way. If they do, that's totally a miscarriage of justice. You know, this is broad daylight. You know, and this is not the first time a cop has asked me where I was going and what I was doing. And you know, one long time ago, it was at night, and I was three or four sheets to the wind, offered some mescaline and stuff, and we sat in this patrol car and talked. It seemed like it was like forever. And I saw him behind me, and I said, I saw you behind me, so I was trying to drive as carefully as I could. So why did you stop me? Well, he's going, you touched the line a little bit up there a few times. And I'm going, touch the line? You know, are we supposed to be Pac-Man? I mean, these roads aren't level and graded that great. The car is going to react to the road. So you're not going to stay right between those lines and stuff. And they have something called drifting. Trucks and a lot of bigger cars do it a lot of times. You're not going to stay between those lines. So I said, look, that time I was out. It was late. I admit I was high, you know, but I saw him behind me. I said, well, it seemed like I'd been in that car forever. I said, are you going to charge me with anything? Why are we just sitting here talking? He said, no, I'm not going to charge you with anything. Just be careful. So I got back in the car. Me and my friend, we drove into town from the Asheville Highway, and it was late. I don't know why I didn't go by my house, but we called a friend at work and asked him, could we go to his house and go in his den? And he called his wife from work, told her to let us in. And so we just listened to music until he got off work, off the third shift and stuff. I mean, but the law, I'm the law, you know. So, I can ask you what I want to ask you. I can do what I want to do. And the world, we just can't continue like this. And we know there's a bias in the system. I was lucky enough today to get this young Mexican or Puerto Rican or whatever he is, who probably got entry into the country by going to some war somewhere. He was one of the lucky ones. He got through. We all know, and he does too, that they sent a lot of people back. They reneged on a lot of people that volunteered to fight in those Arab countries under the pretense of getting admitted into the country legally. So I don't know what power, what kind of meditation a thing we could do that will bring about some significant change where, you know, the police are really going to be protecting and serving if we need some help. And in terms of protection, they're actually an after-the-fact organization. You're hurt before they get there. There's no deterrent. And, you know, they patrol the poor neighborhoods, but they aren't in the white neighborhoods. So if they're in the white neighborhoods, they aren't patrolling. So in the white neighborhoods, the crime has occurred. The people are dead, or the homes have been broken into before they get there. So they're in after-the-fact law enforcement groups and stuff like that. So I heard a video of a white guy doing videos such as mine right now about a county where they are routinely just spitting out tickets, and he's probably the victim of it, and he's doing everything he can do to fight it, using the legislature and you know, making his video and fighting back. We're turning this into a vulture economy. I knew in undergrad school, when they said this was going to be a service and information economy, I knew they were talking about turning this into a banana republic, a third world country. In some kind of way, these generation of presidents, and they've been picked and selected and set up. This all is not coincidence and stuff. This stuff has been laid out. And they all supposedly have to meet with these 1% people, or the deep state, they want to call them, or this elite group of people. They video of the president going to visit these people to tell them how to run the country. You know, so when the economy crashed, they could have picked the economy back up and hired people. They realized they could work people to death, pay them less, work them longer, and so what they did, that's what they did. They didn't rehire the 99ers. They got unemployment for a long time. You know, the nationals who became multinationals got their start in this country. So if they let the infrastructure crumble in this country, if they built a super bullet train from China that could get people to Hong Kong and all across the China into Hong Kong in no time, and we left with Amtrak and crumbling infrastructure, what the fuck are we doing? You know, what kind of country is this supposed to be? Are we being great? We can't even build a goddamn bullet train? What the fuck?